Barrister, what do you want to know? I want to tell you about Yoruba people. Do you want to hear about them or not?
Director, you are at the head of affairs. Say whatever you want to say. Remember, we have no restrictions here.
At
Go
all.
ahead.
You know, we have some documents, Barrister, never seen before in the zoo. Nobody knows. Not even Awolowo has this document. But we'll tell them about Yoruba people. The same way you have Igbo people in the hinterland of Biafra land is the same way that you have a place called Metropolitan or Yoruba proper. The people you see in Lagos, those you see around Abeokuta, the people, Egba people, Ibarakpa people, the people of Egbado, Ketu, the people that they call Popo, these are people of Porto-Novo, and Awori people of Ota, where Obasanjo comes from. Awori, that's who he is. He is not proper Yoruba. Do you know that, Barrister? They are not proper Yoruba people. Yoruba people, their boundaries stopped at a place called the...
All right, so when I tell you that on this channel, we don't segregate whether you are Igbo, you are Hausa, or you are Yoruba, some of you seems not to believe me. I have seen some of my Yoruba brethren come on the comment section to say that I'm only dropping comments or I'm only dropping videos about the Igbos. All right, so but I can tell you that it is not true. On this channel, we don't separate people. Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, anywhere you are. And then I'll have to rephrase my word again. That one of the cause of creating this channel is to, one, educate our people. Yes, you need to be educated as a Nigerian, as a Biafran, as an Oduduwa, or as an Arewa person. You need to be educated on the certain things you need to know. You also need to be educated as an African person. Yes, because there are certain things we don't know, which we ought to know. And so that is the essence of creating this channel, so that I will use this platform to pass that information as wide as I can to the people that I'll be able to reach. All right, that is why I always encourage people to subscribe to this channel and, you know, tell people about this channel, because on this channel I bring you nothing but educative content and contents that are nothing but the truth. If it's the one that we are going to analyze, we analyze it based on the truth, not based on culture, not based on religion, or not based on anything. We do not segregate whether you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba. So the video I'm about to play now is also about my Yoruba brethren, all right? Because I believe that as a Biafran and as an Oduduwa person, there's something that we have in common, all right? I believe that. And of course, from time immemorial, we have actually been working together. Just a little time that some sort of divide and rule came between us, and it seems that we've hate each other. It seems that we are jealousy of each other, and that is why sometimes you hear a Yoruba person calling an Igbo person Omoibo, Oroshi, and all that. All right. So, and sometimes you hear Igbo person also causing, laying some kind of curse on Yoruba person, Ofe Mano, and all the rest of that. But I can tell you that we have one common goal, and this should not exist between us. This hatred, this jealousy should not exist between us. Instead, personally, I believe we should work together to achieve that goal. And what is that goal I'm talking about? It is the goal of setting our people free. It is the goal of making sure that each and every one of us live a better life as we ought to live as people who are in a good and in a blessed country. All right? So I believe that we have a common goal. So we should not, and there's no reason why we should always cause or hate each other. All right? So having said that, I'm going to play a video for you now. All right? This video is, or rather, it should be turned into voice. I'll make it into voice message. All right? So you have to listen attentively. But the message is conveying is about peace, about the unity, and about the common things that Igbo and Yoruba people have in common, has always have in common. All right? Also, I'm bringing this video to you to also educate us on the boundaries we have. Because the truth is that even as a Biafran, some of us don't know our boundaries. Yes, it has been a confusing thing, or for a very long time, and a lot of people are asking questions. Where does the boundary start and where does it end? And likewise, Yoruba people, a lot of people assume to know the boundary, but in real sense, they don't really know anything. They don't know anything about Yoruba boundary. So on this voice, you'll be hearing the boundaries, the real Yoruba, core Yorubas. And then for some of you that believe that some people, some leaders, because they speak Yoruba, they are typical Yoruba, believe in me, After hearing this, you know what the truth is. Honestly speaking, because it is quite educative. It is quite educative and with proofs. So that I don't think it is just a propaganda, it is just something that somebody concord and, want to propagate. It is not. It is nothing but the truth, all right? So you know your boundaries and they call Yorubas, all right? So it is a message from our dear leader, Nnamdi KANU, all right? So please, listen. And please, as you are listening, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I drop a video. All right, so please just listen attentively to this voice.
Barrister, what do you want to know? I want to tell you about Yoruba people. Do you want to hear about them or not?
Director, you are at the head of affairs. Say whatever you want to say. Remember, we have no restrictions here.
At all. You know, we have some documents, Barrister, never seen before in the zoo. Nobody knows. Not even Awolowo has this document. But we'll tell them about Yoruba people. The same way you have Igbo people in the hinterland of Biafra land is the same way that you have a place called Metropolitan or Yoruba proper. The people you see in Lagos, those you see around Abeokuta, the people, Egba people, Ibarakpa people, the people of Egbado, Ketu, the people that they call Popo, these are people of Porto-Novo, and Awori people of Ota, where Obasanjo comes from. Awori, that's who he is. He is not proper Yoruba. Do you know that, Barrister? They are not proper Yoruba people. Yoruba people, their boundaries stopped at a place called the Iwo, all the way from Kishi. The old Oyo, which is called Katunga, was destroyed in 1837. Destroyed by the Fulanis in 1837. Destroyed completely and hopelessly. That is the proper Yoruba people, but because of their influence and their conquest, they spread their language all the way to the sea, to places like Ekpe, in Lagos, Ijebu, Egba, Ibarakpa, a place called Ketu, spread all the way to Dahomey.
You are sounding like a Yoruba man yourself, Director. You know all the names.
Oh my God. Barrister, they are not Yoruba. Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man proper. Obasanjo is a satellite Yoruba man. His place is not part of the old Yoruba proper. That was their name. Oyo are the Yoruba people. Oyo, the proper Yoruba people. Oyo, their spiritual home is at Ife. What we did not do, you see, we are very peaceful people. We did not force anybody else to impose our dialect on them. Oyo is the proper Yoruba people. The Oyo Empire. They spread their empire. You see, they said the Igbo people are domineering. They dominate you. Oh, they domineer. They will come to Calabar. They will take you. We are asking Yoruba people, how did you break away from Oyo, Igoho, all the way to Awori? How? By conquest. You fought wars. How did Yoruba people go all the way from Iwere, from Isheyin, from Sabe, from a place called Obomosho, even Ikoyi that you're listening? Ikoyi is not the island in Lagos, so there is the proper Ikoyi. Is in a place called Yoruba proper Ikoyi in present day. Let me
and
get
also the accent is different. The accent is different.
Of course, they are different. These are the proper Yoruba people. They are Oyo out of conquest. They spread their war. If not for conquest, if Yorubas were like the Igbo people, for instance, today Obasanjo will be speaking his own dialect, not Yoruba. Today, like Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be speaking his own language around Porto-Novo. All the people around the Ijebu land, including Awolowo, they will all be speaking different language, including Mushood Abiola, different language from Yoruba. But because Igbo people did not venture out in conquest, that's the difference. Yoruba went to war to conquer people. Do you know the only major ethnic nationality that did not go to war to conquer anybody? Barrister.
Director, it's us. It's the Igbos. It's the Biafran. We didn't fight anybody.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't annex any individual.
They are laughing of Oyo, not they are laughing of Ijebu land or Egba land. No, are laughing of Oyo. These are the proper. They are called, the Europeans call them the Metropolitan Yorubas. That was the place that Kakamfo. What is the man's name again? Afonja. The same thing that, listen very carefully, the same thing that Rocha Sokota is doing was what Afonja did. He went and said, come and help me to secure political power. The Fulani came, as APC is coming now, to help them to secure power. And then after that, what happened? They killed the bastard and took over. Ilorin became an emirate. The old Oyo was completely destroyed. In fact, they marched onto the sea to bring Islam to the sea until Islam touched Tinkan Island in Lagos. The reason why we have done this research very meticulously in the past few days is to remind people that history has a habit of repeating itself if you don't learn from it.
If you ignore it. Yes,
if you ignore it. The same thing that happened to Kakanfa Afonja while Yorubas were decimated by Islam. Yoruba cowards broke away from Oyo. The proper Oyo, the Yorubas were not close to the sea. Yorubas were not sea people. They never came close to Atlantic Ocean. The only way they come there was via conquest. They conquered the lesser people like Obasanjo's village. They took them over. The people called Awori people, A-W-O-R-I. They are not Yoruba. Ijebu are not typical Yoruba. No. Egba, no. Ibarapa, no. Ketu, no. The real Yoruba people are the people of Sabe, people of Iwere, Isheyin, Ago, Oja, Obomosho, Ikoyi, Ofa, Oshogbo, Ede, Iwo, Ilorin, a place called Katunga, and Kishi. These are proper Yoruba people, not those around Lagos. No, no, no.
Now, so do you have a map for Biafra? Where will it start from and where will it end?
First of all, do you know that if I ask you now, Dele, how many states do you have Igbo people in Nigeria? How many states will you tell me? It's a simple question.
I will say everywhere.
No. I mean where they are indigenous to, where they come from. There could be Igbo people in Lagos, they're not from Lagos. The Igbo people. If I ask you right now, how many states in Nigeria do you think that Igbo people are indigenous to? How many would you say? 5 Southeast states? After all, that is the Igbo territory. Is that what you would say?
Yes.
I have a surprise for you. It is 13. Igbo people are indigenous to 13 states of Nigeria. 13. As I told you, those who created Nigeria are in charge of Nigeria. And in order to weaken, to diminish, to render irrelevant every aspiration of an Igbo man, Britain decided to advise the Janjaweed Caliphate to keep redrawing the map until we now have only 5 states. Igbo people are in 13 states. And now let me answer your question. The map of Biafra starts from wherever women tie 2-piece wrapper and ends where they stop tying 2-piece wrapper. In other words, Biafra land starts from Kogi in the north, in Igala land, Idoma, Igede, all the way to Igodomigodo, Idu land, in Udo, and going down to Bakassi, after Cross River State, and to Bonny, and to Opobo in the south. All these are Biafran territories because if you go there, all the
13 states. I want the 13 states, please.
You want me to name for you the 13 states that make up?
Yes, please.
Kogi, are there Igbo people in Kogi? I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yes.
Indigenous. Are there Igbo people in Edo State? Yes. We agree. In Edo State, there are Igbo people. I'm not talking about Ubiaja, which is Ishan. We'll come to that later. I'm even talking about a place called Igbo Akere. Igbo Akere. Are there Igbo people in Delta State? Yes. Are there Igbo people in Benue? In Benue State, I'm asking you, Izi community is in Benue State. They speak Igbo. The largest market you have in Benue belong to the Igbo communities in Benue State. Are there Igbo people in Cross River? Yes. So Igbo people are in Cross River. Are Igbo people in Akwa Ibom? Yes. Itu is in Akwa Ibom. There are Igbo people. Are there Igbo people in River State? Are there Igbo people there? Of course there are. 90% of River State is Igbo. Are there Igbo people in Bayelsa? And you'll be shocked. YES is the answer. There are Igbo-speaking people inside Bayelsa itself till tomorrow morning. The same way you have Ijaw people in Ondo. Are there Igbo people in all the 5? I've counted for you the 6 states that make up the so-called South-South.
Imo, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi.
Yeah, you've mentioned 9 now. 9 states. 1, 2, 3. Kogi, Edo, Benue, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Ondo.
Have you added? No, not in Ondo. We're not in Ondo. Igbo is not in Ondo. What is in Ondo is Ijo. Ijo is in Ondo, not Igbo. But okay. Ijo is Biafra, and we'll get to that later. And then you add the 5 southeastern states. You have Imo, you have Anambra, you have Enugu, you have Ebonyi, you have Abia. Add all of them together.
Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi, Abia,
Enugu.
1, 2.
Add it to the other 6.
Okay.
5 southeastern states.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think one is missing somewhere.
One cannot be 6 states. 6 states of the south, 5 states of the southeast, then Kogi and Benue. And then you get 13. In all these places, you have, I'm not telling you about where they are trading, where they are doing business. People from there are Igbo. They are indigenous.
I think Kogi would agree to go with Biafra.
No, it's about a referendum. We are asking, what we're asking for is that part of Kogi where women tie 2-piece wrapper. That's all.
So what do you think? Do you think it's correct? If you're a Yoruba person watching this video, what do you think? Do you think it's correct? And even if you're an Igbo person and you think you know more of these people, do you think that this is correct? All right. And then for some of my Igbo brethren, of course, you heard when he spoke about our boundaries too, because this thing is quite confusing sometimes. And then on this channel, you learn it all. All right. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I drop a video. All right. So thank you and God bless you.